This video is for the chamber orchestra at ACP Erie. I don't want to assign something formally from Perseus yet, so I'm making this video to just give everyone an introduction. And when we assign things, the process in Smart Music can be a little bit complicated, so I just want to ease into that with you. For the time being, we're going to work on the first 22 measures just to get started on the initial rhythm, the articulations, and things like that. First of all, I'm going to go over how to find it. I'm going to go over to our home screen, which you should be able to access as we've talked about. And if you just type this in, just like the constellation, go ahead and type it in. It comes up as the only thing that's called that in this entire catalog. Click on it, and then you can go to any part. I'm just going to address the parts one by one, but I won't spend a lot of time on either one. First of all, you want to choose violin 1 or 2. It doesn't matter at this point which one you choose, so whichever one you like. I'm going to just open that up. And if you look, not everyone has the same exact thing going on. For example, some of the upper strings like violins have some rests in the beginning while the cellos and the basses are playing. The main thing I'd like you to work on, as you can see, the first 22 measures for first violin, there isn't that much there, but what you should work on is getting used to these rhythms and playing them with the correct bowing and the accent where it's specified. You want to make sure that once you've got the rhythm, you're doing the crescendos and the dynamics that are there. And then finally, we want to make sure that these notes that go up into a higher position are all in tune, and those would be the things to work on for a violin player. Now, if you go to violin 2, it's not going to be much different. Violin 2 actually has a lot of the same notes to get in the higher position. So if we look, they have similar rhythms, not exactly the same pitch, and then we do go up, not quite as high as first violin, but to, two-third position at least in the second violin. Let's go to viola now. Viola's got a little bit more of the rhythm. They don't wait as long to come in as the violins do, so they're in right away. And mainly, again, you want to get used to the rhythm, the bowing, and how that works, and then add the accents, dynamics. Right here, just making sure you're familiar with all the pitches. Of course, that's going to be no problem for viola, but getting some nice tone to those and getting your intonation sounding nice. And then, of course, this part right at the end, these measures here, 21 and 22, making sure that you get pretty rhythmic on those. That could be a little bit weird intonation-wise as well because it's so low on the viola, so watch out for that. Let's go to cello. Cello starts right away in this song. Now, there's a lot of rhythm here. The main thing, again, is the rhythm, the articulations, and the bowing. Make sure that whatever the bowing says is what you do. I would definitely recommend playing with a metronome on that. And then for bass, same sort of thing. Now, because we're using Smart Music, we get to slow this down as we'd like, so we don't necessarily have to start it at this tempo. I'll go ahead and play it for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop that. I'm going to go ahead and bring it there. Hopefully you can hear that. I turned the volume down on my laptop because I was worried about an echo. Hopefully I didn't turn it down for you as well. If I did, then you can just go ahead and figure this out on the actual program. But what I'm doing here is I'm slowing it down to 60. Let's hear it there. So as you can see, I'm just slowing that down and getting it comfortable. Let's go back to the home page. Just want to show you one more thing. If I didn't mention this, there is a tuner right up here. And if you actually press that thing that looks like a tuning fork, it'll ask you to go ahead and allow your microphone. But you might find that useful, that you can use the tuner. And that's basically it. I'm not going to formally assign anything from that yet, but you can work on the first 22 measures of Perseus, and we'll talk about it in our live session. Of course, if you don't get to it today, don't worry about it, but that's the assignment. That's our first one. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you later.